Hello everyone and welcome to Red Ops Data Camp. I am Nuse Abdurrahman Alani and I will be your guide on this exciting journey into the world of cybersecurity. Whether you are new to tech or already exploring, this bootcamp is designed to give you a strong and solid foundation. So this is week one and our focus is strictly on introducing to you what cybersecurity is and why it matters for everyone from individuals to large organizations. To start with, let's start with the basic question. What is cybersecurity? So what is cybersecurity? It is the process or it is the practice rather of protecting systems, networks and data from digital attacks. So these threats could be attackers trying to steal your identity, a virus that locks your phone, or a scam email asking for your password. Think of it like digital hygiene. Just as we brush our teeth to avoid cavities, we apply cybersecurity practices to avoid breaches also. And why is cybersecurity so important today? You know, we live in a connected world where our phones, bank accounts, school data, even our health records are online. So if any of these get into the wrong hands, the results can be very serious and so disastrous. So you lose your money from your bank, someone could use your identity online, businesses can shut down for days, months, even years after an attack. So over 90% of cyber attacks starts with a phishing email. Most cyber attacks don't start with some elite hack, some coding and networking stuff. No, they start with exploiting human vulnerabilities. Hackers manipulate human weaknesses, and that's why understanding basic protection goes a long way. So you might think cybersecurity is only for companies. That's not true. Even as individuals, we interact with it every day. You lock your phone, that's a security measure. You create a strong password, that's cyber security also. You don't click a suspicious link, again, that's cyber hygiene. So if you've ever ignored a weird looking email, congratulations, you've just practiced cyber security. Let's go on. And we are in cyber security, we have types of cyber threats, common cyber threats. One of them is the malware. Malware is simply a software that harms the system, and we have different kinds of malware. We have the viruses, worms, trojans, cyberware, hardware, rootkits. They can come in so many forms. So we also have phishing. So phishing is a fake email or are fake emails or text trying to trick you into divulging sensitive information, something you won't reveal, then you will reveal that. You also have ransomware. Ransomware will lock your files and ask you for money in return. They will encrypt all your files and demand money in return to decrypt those files. So this can target anyone from students to CEOs. That's why even basic knowledge like what we are learning here today or what we are about to learn here today is very powerful and key. And what does cybersecurity actually protect? It protects your identity, your financial information, your personal photos and files, and even your access to device and networks. So at a bigger scale, it protects hospitals, banks, government records, and online platforms we use today. So we take things step by step and we cover cybersecurity goals, reward threats, and how to prevent them. So first, have you ever had your Instagram ad, or maybe you received a fake bank alert on your phone? So these are not just random annoyances. They are examples of why cybersecurity matters to every one of us. So let's begin with individuals firstly. Me and you, we all use smartphones, laptops, and even public Wi-Fi. So imagine if your passwords were stolen, or your online bank was accessed, or your private photos, or even your chats were leaked. So cybersecurity protects your digital life. It helps keep your data, your name, your passwords, even your health info safe from criminals online, safe from predators online. So next, let's think about businesses. Companies store customer records, payment info, even internal secrets. So if a hacker breaks into a company system, they could steal thousands of credit card details and even leak private documents to the public. It's even in the record that in the 2021, the colonial pipeline in the US was attacked and had to shut down fuel delivery to millions of people for days. So that's the kind of real world impact cyber attacks can have. And then cybersecurity goes beyond just personal and business safety. It's a national issue also. Government. The government protect military secrets and national databases like your identity cards and even power grids and hospitals, including airports. So cyber warfare is real, and countries nowadays use hacking as a weapon. So to spy, to disrupt, or even shut down another nation's system other nation systems. So that's why governments around the world today have various cybersecurity agencies like the NSA in the US. We also have the NITDA here in Nigeria, to defend the nation's digital borders. So cybersecurity matters, because it affects how you pay your bills online, how you access your school portal, how banks even protect your money. So even something as simple as using WhatsApp or downloading an app from the Google Play Store involves cybersecurity checks. So without it, the digital world would collapse into chaos. So and here's the most exciting part of it all. Cybersecurity is one of the fastest growing careers in the world because every company and government needs cybersecurity professionals. So by learning the basics today, you are building the skills that can help you protect your family, your future, your workplace, and even your country. And yes, it all starts with understanding why cybersecurity matters, and that's why we will be moving to the next slide, where we will be looking at the core goals, the pillars of cybersecurity. Those are the pillars, those are the things that guide everything we do to secure systems and data. These are the core goals of cybersecurity. You might have heard people mentioning the CIA. So in cybersecurity, this is not related to your typical spy agencies or your typical spy agency. So in cybersecurity, it stands for confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So these are the three pillars that define what it means to protect information. So let's break it down one after the other. Confidentiality, and this is the CIA triangle. Think of confidentiality as keeping it simply means keeping data private and protected. So think of confidentiality as keeping secret. It means making sure that only authorized people can access sensitive information. For example, when you enter your ATM pin, the bank must ensure that nobody else can see it. That's confidentiality. And there are various tools and strategies we use to ensure confidentiality. Well, one of it is encryption, which scrambles data so it can't be read without the right key. We also have access control, limiting who can access to what and what on the system, to what certain files on the system. We also have passwords and multi-factor authentication, to confirm identities. Now let's move to integrity. Integrity simply is ensuring data is accurate and untampered with. So integrity is about trust, making sure information is accurate and hasn't been changed or tampered with. So imagine someone changing the amount on the bank transfer. That's a loss of integrity. That's a misplaced trust. So we maintain integrity by using checksums or hashes, to detect changes in files. We also ensure integrity by digital signatures, which verify that a document hasn't been altered, hasn't been changed. Let's look at our availability. Availability is ensuring systems and data are accessible when needed. So that's the third pillar of cybersecurity, and it means making sure that systems, services, and data are accessible when they are needed. Think of the hospital now. If their patient database goes offline during an emergency, lives could be at risk. That's why availability is just as critical as the other two here. So we ensure availability through redundancy, like backup servers in case where a cyber attack strikes a company, and the company they have their backup server, so they'll still keep the business running smooth without affecting the users using those platforms. So that's what we call redundancy. We also ensure availability by regular system updates and patching to prevent breakdowns. So these are the core goals of cybersecurity, and it has three more security concepts that support this CIA triad. There are more security concepts that support the CIA triad. Let's move on. Yeah, these are the three principles that support the CIA triad: authentication, authorization, and non-repudiation. Let's look at authorization. Authorization means verifying who someone is. Are you really the person you claim to be? It verifies the identity of users or system, and its purpose is to ensure that the entity requesting access is indeed who they claim to be. Example, passwords is for you. You are the owner. You are you. Biometric scans. No one can claim your fingerprints. It is what you are. Authentication is what you are. Are you really the person you claim to be? And there are different kinds of different types of biometric authentication: the facial recognition, iris recognition, fingerprints, voice recognition. So these are what you are, unless you have been cloned. But these are what you are, so no one can be you. Example is logging into your email account using the password, using a fingerprint scanner on your phone. So that's you. So let's move on to authorization. Authorization determines what those users or systems can do after they have been authenticated. So once we know who you are, the next step is deciding what you are allowed to do. That's authorization. For example, just because you've logged into a company system doesn't mean you can access the payroll folder unless you are authorized. So, and we also have the best practices, for this privilege. The minimum access you can give to a particular user at a particular time. So that's this privilege. So, and the purpose of authorization is to ensure that the authenticated user has the necessary permission, to perform actions or access specific resources. And these are the examples, restricting access to a company's internal database to authorized personnel only. Let's move on to the last one. That's non-repudiation. So non-repudiation is just a fancy way of saying you can't deny you did it. You can't deny what you did. So it ensures that actions cannot be denied by the person who performed them, who perpetrated that action. You can't deny it. So the purpose is to provide proof of the integrity and origin of the data, ensuring that the user or system cannot deny their actions. An example is a digital signature or on an email. So if you send a signed email to make a payment, non-repudiation makes sure that there is a trace, a digital signature, log entry, so you can't deny your actions later. And this is very, very, especially important for legal, financial, and audit purposes. So these are the three principles that support the CIA triad. So these principles help protect data, prevent attacks, and keep organizations running smoothly. Now think about your own life, your phone, your email, your cloud storage. These principles are being used behind the scenes every day to keep you secure. So, and this is the summary of what we've been saying: the CIA triad and the principles that support the CIA triad. Now let's move on to who needs cybersecurity. Though this is where we'll be stopping for this session. So who needs cybersecurity? Who really needs cybersecurity? Is it just companies or banks or just governments? The answer is everyone. Everyone needs cybersecurity. Let's break it down for you. Individuals. Let's start with the individuals. Me and you. The personal level. As individuals, we rely on technology every single day. We use smartphones, we shop online, we log into social media, we store private photos, files, and messages in the cloud. So now imagine someone accessing all of that, without your permission. That's very, very scary. So cybersecurity help individuals to protect their passwords, detect phishing, attacks, and even keeping digital identities safe. So that's why even ordinary users need basic cybersecurity knowledge today. Let's move up to the ladder to the organizations and businesses. Every business from small startups to big corporations depend on digital tools, whether to store customer data, to process payments, or handle logistics and operation, or even manage employee records. So just imagine a company system is hacked. The damage can be very, very disastrous and huge. You know, companies need cybersecurity to prevent data leaks, to maintain customer trust, stay legally compliant, and even avoid costly downtime. You know, most businesses now have a team or hire experts called cybersecurity professionals. You cybersecurity professionals, yeah, you are the cybersecurity professionals, and the businesses are they are looking for you, you know, to help them stay secure. Now let's move on to the largest target on the ladder, the government. The government, they handle they handle critical infrastructure, even they handle national identity systems like the national identification, your national identification number, your bank verification numbers. We even handle military and defense secrets. Also power supply systems and even transportations or even voting systems. They handle all these critical infrastructure and they are often targets of cyber warfare. For example, now the China, Russia, and the US, they constantly defend against cyber attacks. Constantly, they face cyber threats and they defend adequately from those attacks. So even Nigerian government websites have been defaced in the past also. So that is why government agencies employ cybersecurity experts, you know, and even ethical hackers to defend, you know, their digital infrastructure. Now let's move on to the global world, to the global society. Global society and you. Who needs cybersecurity? We said individuals, businesses, and governments, but that's not all. Society as a whole needs cybersecurity. So imagine if traffic lights were hacked, or airport systems failed, or the entire banking network just went down. So cybersecurity is not just about protecting data anymore. It's about protecting lives, protecting trust, and even the systems that keep our world running. And here's where you're coming. So whether you are just learning or planning to become a cybersecurity professional, the future needs more people like you who understand how to protect their digital world, our digital world in general. So to wrap it up, cybersecurity isn't just for tech people; it's for everyone. If you use a device, a bank account, a digital identity, you know, cybersecurity protects you. You run a business, you work in the government, or you just share photos on WhatsApp, you share memes online. So you need it too. So as we move forward in training, always ask yourself, what part of my digital life needs protection and how can I secure it? So that's why you are here, and this is just the beginning. And I hope you've actually gained one or two from what we've discussed in this session. So in our next class on Thursday, we shall be looking at different cybersecurity career roles and their responsibilities, and you know how to get started in cybersecurity and actually land a role in the cybersecurity field, in cybersecurity industry. So meet you on Thursday, same time, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Please don't miss out, and don't forget, today we are having a small quiz on WhatsApp poll. So yeah, we are going to have a little case. So be ready, and please make sure you are actually you are jotting what I'm passing on to, because what's here on the slide is just the summary of what I will be saying to you. So see you on Thursday, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Thank you. Tell a friend to tell a friend. You started your cybersecurity journey. You are welcome. Thank you. See you on Thursday. Bye for now.